guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian and this is Brian on an Island, where we do tech reviews and gaming. Now I know I haven't uploaded any tech videos in a long time and I apologize for that, but this year we're going in with a New Year's resolution of reviewing about 100 tech items. I don't know where we're gonna find them, but that is the plan and that is what we're aiming to do. Today we are gonna be looking at the Asus Hm110M-K motherboard. Now in the box you get one motherboard, obviously, one manual, one I/O shield, and you also get two black SATA connectors. Now guys, this motherboard is also called the grenade motherboard. Now the reason being is because this thing has a lot of protection. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the specs. Now, 2 memory slots, which was originally the first red flag that came into mind when buying this motherboard in 2019. But after doing further investigations, I soon realized that this entry-level Skylake / Kaby Lake motherboard wasn't too bad a purchase and actually packed quite a punch for its current price range of £40. A small disclaimer, however, the BIOS is subject to a mandatory 3016 update to be able to use a Kaby Lake CPU. But this is easily done for most PC fanatics and doesn't deter from the quality of the board itself. Now, a major push for the marketing of this board from the box is power protection, guys. Surge protection and overcurrent protection are a big sell for this board, as although it may be versatile in use, the board is mainly used for mining rigs and other power-hungry work desk builds. Now, I personally bought this to build a budget i7 gaming PC, as I found the board suitable for many other applications other than mining or workstation builds. Now, let's jump into the specs. The board features DDR4 memory, and it is also inclusive of a very surprising LED strip outline design around the HD audio connection. Now, this audio is deemed as gaming audio, but I haven't really found anything different from other motherboards in terms of audio processing that would deem this as gaming audio. So for now, we'll call it a fancy title, because I don't know why it's called gaming audio. Maybe it enhances FX sounds, I don't know. But the motherboard also features 2 x 3.0 USB ports, a VGA port as standard, and a DVI-D port. Now, sadly lacking an HDMI port built in, which is slowly becoming a norm for higher end boards and even some budget boards. Now, the board houses a LGA 1151 socket, which allows for some pricey and budget CPUs ranging from the Intel Celeron G3930 and Intel i7 CPUs. Well, at least some of the early versions of the i7s. Now, continuing the board's features, the PCI Express port is a 3.0, houses 4 x 6 GB speed SATA ports, and this comes in handy when switching files through USB because it's 2020 and I'm pretty sure everyone is still using USB. I mean, online cloud storage is a thing, but everyone for some reason still has USBs on their keychains. I don't know what's up with that. Guys, now a big one for gamers and miners alike is the surge protection on the LAN ports that's used within this motherboard. The H110M-K uses a LAN guard technology that is able to resist surges of 2.5 times higher than normal tolerance. Now, this is believed to allow internet data to flow faster, if I should say, but the normal tolerance for a regular LAN port that you find on some old Dell PCs is somewhere between 5 kilovolts and 6 kilovolts, whereas the Asus LAN guard allows for a total of, I think, around 15 kilovolts to pass safely. Now, I don't know how they managed to do that jump, but that's what it says on the box, so it must be true, right? I think. Anywho. Now, this thing is so protected, you can basically call it a motherboard in a bulletproof vest. The motherboard has 5 points of overvoltage protection, and the circuit is designed to exclude direct connection of the 36-pin power supply to the chipset directly. Other components protected by this overvoltage protection include the DRAM and DIGI and VRAM's processes. Now, the box clocks compatible memory up to 2133 megahertz, but I can't wait to start pushing this board to its limits and try an overclocking of maybe around 3000 megahertz, as that's usually where I like to run my memory. Megahertz speeds are like LEDs. I mean, the more the merrier, and unlike just making your computer look fancy, memory megahertz actually make your computer work faster. So you're not just spending money to look good. Now, a big win for me with this board was the cool blue BIOS interface. This is one of the sleekest and easiest to use BIOS I have ever come across. Now, this features Easy Flash 3, allowing for quick and easy BIOS USB updates and internet download updates even. Now, the BIOS also features SMART, which is an abbreviation, technology that allows you to monitor your PC's BIOS settings, and in some instances can give you a quick nudge if the boot is presumed to fail. Now, back when I was putting PCs together for the first time, I would have loved to know in the BIOS why I wouldn't post, because sometimes I would be spending ages and it would be something like a loose wire or not formatting something properly. Usually that's what happens. Now, the long word for it being self-monitoring analysis and reporting technology. SMART. You see what they did there? It works pretty well. And fan control. How can we enjoy using PCs when we have a system that sounds like 2 airplane engines, which is why the BIOS features a very easy to use Q fan control with pre-configured or manual adaptations that you can tweak to your liking. Now, the profiles that come as standard are first and foremost standard, of course, silent, turbo, and if you really want to make this thing sound like it's gonna take off, there is a setting called full speed. Now, another major mention with the BIOS is the My Favorites tab, which allows for you to save tuning options that you always find yourself fiddling with, which is ideal for people like me that just can't seem to pick the right settings first time off the bat. Below are some of the BIOS interfaces we mentioned in their shining glory. And I'll put them here so you guys can see what I was talking about how sleek and smooth the interface looks. Now, the motherboard also has some cool physical adaptations, including raised snappers on the RAM and PCI Express slots, allowing for easy installation and removal of physical components. The large clips are easily accessible and prove easy operation, especially with heavy graphics cards that just seem to pop out when you need them to. Now, to wrap up physicalities, the board has a stainless steel back I/O shield and stainless steel finishes along various components. The LAN port, USB connectors, and display connectors alike feature ESD guards for added safety and protection against anything above 9 kilovolts to 10 kilovolts air discharge and 5 kilovolts to 6 kilovolts contact discharge, which, believe it or not, can happen quite easily when handling PC components. Now, the Hm110M-K is a great board for the price range, but lacking an HDMI port and having only 2 memory slots, maybe a pricier option would prove better for your build, depending on your need and budget. The board has excellent protective measures put in place, but being an LED lover, only a hint of aesthetic consideration is given with the LED strip that goes along the audio connector. Nonetheless, it's still pretty much a nice touch. Now, the board's black and gray look can suit any case it's matched with, and the stainless steel finishes are a bonus. But for the price of around £40 when I got it, and maybe even £31 to £33 now on eBay, this is a great purchase for a decent Intel build that I presume will last for a favorable amount of time. Now, as you guys enjoyed the B-roll footage that I have going on, if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like and a comment below. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure you drop a subscribe and follow me along my journey of trying to review 100 items on YouTube before the end of 2020. Let me know if you were thinking about purchasing this board. I might leave a link in the description below if you would like to purchase it on Amazon, or see if you can find some better prices on eBay. Not sure where I can find it yet. And I will leave that there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys the next time I upload. My name is Brian on an Island. Once again, I am out.